I feel like this smells like the girl you wish you were. Just like a nice girl, doesn't really curse much, you know. Her grammar is great. She pays her taxes. She pays her bills on time. She just has her life together. Hey kitties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Marilyn and I'm bringing you all things beauty, fashion, lifestyle, even a little bit of fragrance. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe and get on the bus, because where have you been? Get on the bus. Okay kitties, so today we are doing a fragrance video and I'm going to be doing classic everyday scents, and these scents are going to be really great for the upcoming season, which is spring, and they're also great for the summer. So these are lightweight, feminine, girly fragrances, and it's definitely for that girl that prefers to be seen and not heard. Okay, meaning you're communicating without even saying a word, because they know who you are and you don't have to say it. You don't have to say a thing. And when I say classic, these are some like older fragrances that I've had in my collection for a while. Some of them I've purchased multiple times, and they're just those go-to everyday scents, especially if you are in weather that is warmer or hot weather. So spring and summer in most places is when the weather is like that, and then there's some places like me where in Florida it's kind of that all the time. Most of the time we have about 3 weeks of cooler weather, and that's it. So for me, these can easily be like signature or everyday scents. So these are some classics that I love. Older fragrances, of course, but still just staples in my collection. So let's get into it, because some of them give me a little bit of nostalgia, and I want to see how much we have in common. Okay, I really want to see how much we have in common. Like, are we scent twins, sisters, what? So if you have these fragrances and you feel similar about them, I want to know in the comments. I love talking to y'all, and I've met these fragrance videos. I've met so many homegirls, so many kitties rather, on my fragrance video. So keep it going. In the comments you go, girl. Chit chat and yap, because I love a little bit of yap. So the first fragrance we're going to talk about is, most of these fragrances are floral, fruity, some aquatic type of notes. But the first fragrance we're going to talk about, and this is a classic. I have very little in my bottle, but it's this one. Everyone should have this one. Like, I feel like this is probably in most women's collection of fragrance, and this is something that they had maybe when they just started their fragrance collection, just one of those old classics. And this is Versace Bright Crystal. Versace Bright Crystal is floral, pretty, feminine. It has fresh notes, sweet floral notes, and I think it's just a well-rounded fragrance for a feminine woman. So it's great for every day, perfect for spring and summer. The notes of this fragrance, let's talk about that. So in the notes, it has yuzu. Truly, I don't really know exactly what yuzu is, but I know it's citrusy. It's a citrus sort of note. So it's yuzu, pomegranate, ice. Yeah, ice. Peony, lotus, magnolia, and it has a base note of musk, mahogany, and amber. And this is like a gorgeous fragrance. It literally smells like the beginning of spring. Just when the weather starts to warm up and you're ready to put those sweaters and those jackets in the back of the closet and pull out your lightweight, colorful, breezy clothing. Oh my God. This is definitely a soft girl fragrance. I'm talking soft, flowy hair, big curls, radiant skin. Just pull out that skirt set. Like, if you have like a skirt set that is light in color, like light lilac, pinks, peach, that type of color scheme, this fragrance literally smells like that. It does not last very long. This is an EDT, which is a toilette. Typically doesn't last very long. This is about, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours on the skin. So it is not long lasting at all, but it's a gorgeous scent. And if you love it enough, you're gonna just reapply it. Like, so this is extremely floral, because it has some of those gorgeous floral notes like peony, like, come on, very pretty notes. And it has like that citrus type of scent to it, and I'm guessing that's from the yuzu, because the picture of a yuzu looks kind of like a lemon or an orange, so that's where that zesty citrusy note is coming from. It has that fresh spicy. And this is one of the ones that had that little bit of aquatic note to it. I'm guessing that's like the fresh ice. So if you enjoy fresh florals, not necessarily a super sweet fragrance, you just want to smell clean, but you also want to smell pretty, like not just a soapy sort of fragrance. This is a clean fragrance with gorgeous notes of floral tones that are great for every day and great for that sort of girl next door. You can run errands with this. A lot of daytime things like run errands, a lunch date, you can wear this to work. It is going to be a compliment getter, and it is not going to do too much as far as being disruptive. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to ruffle feathers. I think this is something that most people would love in a large crowd. The majority of people would like this fragrance, and it's a very safe fragrance to go to or go for. Versace Bright Crystal is a classic, especially if you're like a clean girl, clean floral sort of fragrance girl. You probably have this. Okay, so the next fragrance we have is by Marc Jacobs, and this list would not be complete without a mention from Marc Jacobs. There's actually going to be a couple different mentions by Marc Jacobs because I think he's really, that line is really the staple of floral, summery, spring fragrances. They have so many flankers, a ridiculous amount of flankers, honestly, but a lot of them are pretty good. The one that I have, which is a classic, not even sure if you can still get this, but it's the Daisy Dream by Marc Jacobs. The Daisy Dream Days collection, or flanker, because there's a lot of these. Okay, now this one is to me a classic. It's not extremely long lasting. This is about a 4 to 5 hour fragrance, but when I tell you it's perfect for spring and summer. So this is a little fresh, floral, and some fruity, and it is a little bit musky in the dry down, but it is gorgeous. Again, a girl next door fragrance. Definitely going to be seen, don't necessarily need to be heard. Okay, it's just a safe fragrance that is pretty, and it gets compliments, and you can wear it every single day. The notes of this fragrance is a top note of wisteria, middle note of loganberries, and there's also musk in the base or the dry. So it is like a musky, fruity floral fragrance, and I think this is another crowd pleaser. It's extremely safe, and it's just a gorgeous, dainty fragrance. I'm talking tasseled hair in a ponytail, a couple strings hanging down in the front, just to give you a vibe of what you're wearing with a fragrance like this, because this is everyday, like even just random errands. But these are for girls that like to look good while they do the errands. This is not a let me tie my hair up in a cap. Like, we're gonna do a little ponytail. It's gonna be simple, it's gonna be sleek, but I am gonna look put together, right? So we're gonna do a little messy ponytail, pull out a few strings to give it that effortless tasseled look, and your glam is going to be natural. It's gonna be a glam. It's still gonna be makeup, but it's gonna be done natural. Like, you're just using concealer to cover just problem areas, and you're giving yourself a nice glowy blush and a simple lip gloss. You don't even need a lip liner, just a simple lip gloss. It's an effortless look to match the vibe of this fruity, floral, musky fragrance. Great for every day. Obviously, you know, the theme is spring and summer. I mean, look at the bottle. It kind of just gives you the vibes on what you should expect with something like this. This is nostalgic because I've had this in my collection. When did this come out? Maybe since 2021. I'm not sure when it came out, but it's very hard to keep it with Marc Jacobs because there's a million freaking flankers. Not sure when he's gonna stop, but hey, if the people love it, keep on making it. Another fragrance that we have is by this is Choo by Choo. This is a sweet, fruity, earthy sort of fragrance. It does have some like green notes in it, but it also has some fruity notes to help balance it, because you know, a bunch of green notes and right, it can be a little much for some people, but this has fruity notes incorporated with it, so it is a well balanced fragrance. So just to read the notes, it has pear. Fun fact, pear in most fragrances that have pear in it, I love it. I love the pear note. So this has a top note of pear, mandarin orange, and green notes, and it has a middle note of orchid, and a base note of toffee and patchouli. Now I know a lot of people don't really like patchouli, and it is in the base of this, but because it has that toffee and then it also has in the top notes that pear, so it's sweet but it's definitely not overpowering. It just has a hint of sweetness to help balance that patchouli, and I really do love this fragrance. I kind of forgot about it. I've been moving around my fragrances because, you know, the weather is changing, so some of the heavier super sweet fragrances, I'm moving it to like the back part of the shelf. Not that I won't wear them, but I do need to give love to the fragrances that are great and they stand out in warmer weather. And to me, this really does. Although it does have a little bit of a like a woodsy sort of smell, it also has that fresh fruity that works really well in the spring and the summer. So to me, this is more of a dressy but still everyday fragrance. Like it's still enough to be considered a casual fragrance, but you do have enough playing room to sort of dress it up. So on a brunch date, when you're wearing a cute little, you know, when it warms up, you're wearing the cute little sets like the linen and the pant sets, cute little bob, a nice soft glam at brunch, this will be a really great fragrance. Outdoor activity, it has longevity as well, and it's strong enough to create a really good scent bubble. So it has good projection, and I love it. And I keep putting it in my nose as if I don't know what it smells like. And you smell that little bit of floral from the orchid. This is a gorgeous scent. I just love pear. Like that pear note, I feel like without the pear and without the toffee, but those two notes being there definitely makes this a real classic for me, and I love having this in my collection. Now this next fragrance to me is the epitome of a girl next door, okay? This is a fragrance for a pretty girl, a girl that is confident, she's pretty, she's typically a nice girl, everyone likes her, you can get along with her, and this fragrance really describes that person to me, and that is none other than Ralph Lauren Beyond Romance. This is a gorgeous, fruity, sweet, floral scent. The notes of it has a top note of raspberry, there's mandarin orange, there's bergamot, it has a middle note of rose de may, rose, and it has also lily of the valley and jasmine, and base note of vanilla, cashmere, and white musk. And this is it's so pretty. It is a little bit romantic, of course. I mean, it's called romance, but it's romantic in a PG way. Not sexy, just pretty. It can be romantic, it can be a little charismatic, but definitely romantic in a PG way. It's not like a sexy fragrance. These are, you know, casual but gorgeous, dainty. Like, I can't change my own tire. I kind of have a man to do that type of fragrance. I have a man that'll change the tire. I don't even necessarily do that. And this when it comes to like how you're wearing your hair, definitely long wavy hair. I've mentioned this fragrance in a video before. I can't remember which one, but I know I've mentioned this to you guys before. But long wavy beachy hair, white dress with frills, lace, just a lightweight summer spring dress. Gorgeous girl. Pink blush, pink lips, a glam, but just soft. This is a girl's girl fragrance through and through, a girl next door even. Again, it is gorgeous, but it is PG. No, it doesn't have a lot of sex appeal. She can be sexy, but this doesn't give sexy. This gives safe. I mean, safe can be good. This is a winner, and it's really great with the lotion. That if you ever get the set, the lotion combined with it takes it up a few notches. This lasts about 5 hours on my skin, and this is also a staple that will be in my collection for a very long time because this is an easy to wear fragrance, very safe in large crowds. Most people, again, are gonna like this, and the projection is great. It creates a nice scent bubble, but after about 2 hours or so, it does become more of a skin scent. So people that are closest to you are gonna still smell it, and it is a winner, absolutely a winner when it comes to an everyday fragrance, and you kind of need it. So next up, we have another Marc Jacobs fragrance, and this one, so juicy. This is a little bit more, a little deeper scent compared to the ones that I just mentioned. This one can be date night, or this can be worn in the daytime. It's pretty versatile that way, but it's very juicy, like fruity. It's a little nutty. It has some floral tones to it, a little musky. It's just a very beautiful and can lean sexy sort of fragrance. This is definitely going to get you compliments, and the projection is amazing in this fragrance. This gives me about 5 to 6 hours on the skin, and girl, yes, I love it. So that is none other than Marc Jacobs Perfect. When I tell you I love this, I love this fragrance. You can tell by how much I have left in the bottle. Now this has notes of rhubarb, narcissus. There's a middle note of almond milk. There's a base note of cashmere and cedar, and this is a gorgeous, it's just something in this that smells so freaking juicy. It also, it kind of smells to me like there's some sort of, something smells a little bit like a liquor sort of note. I don't really know what rhubarb is. I need to look up what rhubarb is, but it smells sweet. It smells juicy, fruity, and it also has that woody and nutty scent to it. Girl, this is so good. This is a little bit more dressy in my opinion. You're definitely gonna put a little bit more effort. You may even do some liner, a little smoky bottom liner, still a simple neutral glam, but a little pop of something in the eyes to make it a little bit more deep and a little bit more sensual, because this to me, this can be everyday, but it does lean a little sexy and it lasts long. And you can wear it in the day and the night. It's just the versatility of it is great, and it's absolutely going to get you a ton of compliments because the projection, so stinking good. Not stinking, why did I say stinking? So freaking good. Why would I use the word stinking in a perfume video? Like, be for real, girl, because this is very far from stinking. Again, this is Marc Jacobs Perfect, and I love the bottles. I always love the, you know who loves the top of these bottles? My husband loves these bottles. He brought me this. He literally brought me everything here except the Ralph Lauren. My dad got me this. So all these are actually gifts. But Marc Jacobs Perfect, absolutely spring and summer. I wear this in the fall and the winter as well. To me, you can wear this all year, but it really does stand out when the weather is hot, like spring and summer. And it lasts long on the skin. I like this with a vanilla body cream. It just goes so well with that juicy, fruity, nutty sort of scent to it. But I love this with a sweet vanilla body cream or body oil. Ooh, girl. Okay, so the last fragrance on the list, and this happens to be like my number one, my top when it comes to everyday spring scents. This bottle is fairly full, but it's actually my third bottle of it, and it's the big boy size. Okay, it's a big boy size. It's simple. It has simple notes, but it smells so fresh. It smells clean. It just makes me feel like a feminine woman who doesn't like to get her nails dirty. You know, I'm gonna let a man do that. That's literally what this makes me feel like. My hair smells good. My hair is bouncy. There's no split ends. I just smell like the girl you want to be. Okay? I just smell like the girl you wish you could be. You know what I'm saying? Not that the girl you are isn't great, but we all have aspirations, right? And I feel like this smells like the girl you wish you were. Just like a nice girl, doesn't really curse much, you know? Her grammar is great. She pays her taxes. She pays her bills on time. She just has her life together. As simple as this fragrance is, it really gives me that vibe, and it's nostalgic for me because I've had it for so long. I've repurchased it, or my husband's repurchased it for me because it's one of my favorite everyday scents, and that is another Marc Jacobs one, and it's this one. Listen, I love this. You can kind of tell that I live somewhere where it's fairly hot most of the time. These fragrances perform well in warmer weather, like, you know, the area that I live in. So this is Marc Jacobs Oh So Fresh. It's in the bottle, just so cute. So this Marc Jacobs Oh So Fresh Daisy Marc Jacobs, the Oh So Fresh. And of course the bottle is the cutest freaking bottle ever. So this is also a fruity fragrance. It has some green notes. It's a little sweet. It's also fresh, hence the name, also fresh. It has really addictive notes to me. A lot of the notes are some of my favorite notes. So this has green notes, raspberry, it has pear, it has grapefruit, which makes it smell so clean and citrusy. It also has a middle note of a violet, lychee, apple blossom, rose, jasmine, with a base note of musk, plum, and Virginia cedar. Also Fresh is one of my favorite. I do wish it doesn't last that long. A lot of these fresh scents don't typically last that long, at least the ones that I have. But I'm going to just reapply it, baby, because I love the scent. I don't care. I'm going to spray it again. Problem solved. With this, I'm wearing my two-piece skirt set. I'm wearing the pink lip gloss and the pink blush, even the pink eyeshadow. I'm wearing the lashes. I'm wearing all of that. Okay? Because again, I'm just the girl you want to be. Not me per se, but her. She embodies that type of mindset or that frame of mind where it's just like, oh my God, you just smell together. You smell like you took a shower. And we all have that aspiration to smell like we actually showered, okay? Someone says, oh, you smell so pretty. This is a type of fragrance. This smells pretty. Smell good looking. You know what I mean? So this is something that is going to be in my collection forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. If for some reason they no longer sell this, then it wouldn't be in the collection. But as long as this is on the shelf, it's going to be on my shelf. Okay, cutie, so that was my list of classic everyday fragrances, perfect for the girl next door who loves to be seen, but she does not have to be heard. Definitely, if you have any recommendations, you know I'd love to see those in the comments, and I hope you've already typed that, and I don't have to tell you because you know the rules here. All right, so be sure to thumbs up the video. Of course, come back, watch another video. Bye, kitties.